You know what happens when the warehouse is clean? Guess what that means you get? Pick and pack video! Might be my most requested videos that I ever get. When are you doing pick and pack? When are you doing pick and pack? Mel, I want to see a pick and pack. Oh my goodness. Pick and pack, guys. Today it's here. Okay, starting the day off, we have got PP3. This is shelf PP, 1, 2, 3. We have got a book called Brain Food. Brain Food. Ah, there it is. Right down the bottom. Okay, Brain Food has sold for $19.99, and considering the recommended retail price was $20, I think it's pretty good to get $19.99 for a second-hand book. Win. Oh, next up we have some Mills and Boon. D5 144. 144. They're purple. Here they are. D5 Mills and Boons. Okay. This lot of Mills and Boons has sold for $22.90. It's actually been listed since November 2022. I took an offer on that one. Get it out the door. See you later. That's good. That's gone. These purple Mills and Boons, something that I've learnt, they're not actually very fast sellers. These are the special edition silhouettes, and these aren't particularly fast selling in the Mills and Boon range. So I sell a lot of Mills and Boon. I've talked about them a lot on this channel. Some of them sell really fast, some of them not so fast. So you learn that as you go, what is doing. Okay, Y3 Teaching and Swimming. There it is. Easy to spot. Okay, Teaching and Swimming has sold for $29.99. Now, this is the type of book that I will always look out for because I know it sells over and over for me. Every time I get a book that's about learning how to swim, teaching somebody to swim, it's an easy $25 to $30 sale for me, and they sell. Like, it's winter now. We're still getting books sold about teaching to swim because this is an all year round subject that people need to know. So yeah, great one to look out for and great one to get. Okay, back to PP2. Okay, so this bundle is 10 small fiction novels, and they are crime and thriller, and they are by the author Helen McGuinness. So it's a bundle of small fiction books, same author, and I've sold this one for $39.99. It was listed at the end of March, so it hasn't been for sale for too long. Oh, here it is. I hate when they're just staring you right in the face and you don't even see them. Okay, so I've got this one going out, Pastries and Puff. This one has only sold for $15, was listed for $20. I took an offer. It's been listed since, November 2023. So now we're coming up June, you know, like that's 8 months. I don't want things in my store that have been here 8 months. I want them moving in and out much faster than that. So $15 out the door. It's going to repeat buyer, which I'm happy about. Sayonara. Okay, what have we got? GG4. Where is GG4? It's over here. Okay, I'm looking for food intolerance plan. GG4, right on the top. Perfect. Okay, food intolerance plan. This one has sold for $19.99. Continuously sells for me, this book. It's one of those books that just sells over and over on repeat. Obviously not a high-end book, but does have a sell-through rate that I'm happy with and keeps on selling. Okay, G5, we've got some magazine sets, number 60 and number 502. $60, 502. I'll show you these down here where it's lighter. Okay, 2 lots of magazines here. You might remember these because I showed them in one of my vlog videos only a couple of months ago. These were part of a Facebook Marketplace pickup that I got for free. I've sold the 2 bundles, $40 each bundle. I took an offer. There's also $30 additional that I've paid on post. So I've been able to get $110 for these 2 bundles that I got for free from Facebook. So that's an excellent sale. Can't be more happy than an item that sells for good profit, fast, and you got it for free. Win-win. FF3 number 90. There you go. See how easy they are for me to see when they've got these little personalized SKU numbers on them. That's why I do it. It just makes it so much quicker for me to spot, especially when there's a lot on the shelf that all look very similar. They're all same type of books. So it's really important that you have like an individual SKU on them so that you can differentiate between which bundle has sold. But also it just makes it so much faster to pick the bundle when you can see the big loud number like this. Okay, so this is another set of Mills & Boon. These ones are the Intrigue ones. This one I've only just listed this in May. It's just gone into June. So these ones have just been listed in May, and I sold this bundle for $25.99. Just don't forget, when I buy these Mills & Boon, I buy them in large bulks. I'm normally paying about 10 cents a book. So when I've got 10 books here, was there 10 in this bundle? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 10 books in this bundle is $1 cost of goods. So for me to sell them for $25.99, I'm roughly making about an $11 profit on this item. Oh, I said V4, not V5. Here I am looking down here. Well, I'm not going to find it down there, am I? Here it is. Okay. There you go. Vegan recipes. This one is sold for $19.99. Okay, shelf P1. We've got, see how hard I'm holding it back? Because I don't have my glasses on now. My eyesight's so bad. So with the phone, I almost need glasses that hang on the chain. Okay, Turmarine Throme or something. Ah, here it is. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. Okay. Naomi Novik. I don't even know how to say it. Turnan Throne. I don't know. Looks like some kind of fantasy book anyway. It's been listed a long time, this one. April 2022. The reason why I know this, guys, is because I write it into my SKU. So when I'm listing the book, not only do I write the shelf that it's on, P1, I also write the month and the date that it's on there. So this one says P1, April 2022. Now, the reason why I put that month on in there is because when I'm getting like an offer, I can see the SKU. When I'm sending offers or when I'm getting an offer, I can actually see the SKU number. So it's really easy for me if I'm out and about on my mobile phone and an offer comes in and I can see when this was listed. It makes it easier for me to make a decision sometimes on if I accept the offer or not. Because you know, sometimes we get low offers and we're like, oh, that's really low, what a low ball offer. But then if you look and the item's been listed like a year or something, it's not a desirable item, so you just need to move it through. So sometimes those low offers will come through and like I'm ready to take them because the book has been listed a long time. But you know, that one's been listed at $19.99, full price for that one, so yeah. E4, we've got Everyday Thermo. Okay. Everyday Thermo. This is a cookbook that's obviously the Thermo is a kitchen appliance, a very expensive kitchen appliance. This book has sold for $28.99. Again, this one's been listed a long time, guys. There's quite a few selling here that have been in. That's great for me, but it doesn't look very good here. But anyway, this one's been listed since July 23, 11 months. O2 Cookery. Another cookery. Cookery for the hospitality industry. This one has been listed since March. It's only sold for $19.99. It is a textbook. It's 3rd edition. There are some names and stuff in it. But yeah, $19.99. Okay, we've got DD2, double D2, zillions. Zillions. Oh, here it is. Okay, this book is called Zillions, Titania's Book of Numerology. Okay, there you go. This book is sold for $39.99. So yeah, nothing special to look at. Silver, no dust jacket on it. Nothing special. $39.99. So that's a good one. And the next one is just here. II3 number 27. Here. Okay, so this is 5-pack here, vintage Western novels actually. So this is Louis Lamar. I find he goes okay for me. Like a lot of people say that he's a slow seller, but he sells pretty good for me. Anyway, this little small lot, 5 small novels, I've sold that one for $39.99 as well. So these are great. I picked these up for super cheap, like 50 cents each. So to sell them for $39.99 for 5 of them, it's awesome. Okay, DD2, we're here again. Okay, here we are. Okay, this is interesting. So this is the May Gibbs diary, 1993. So yeah, a diary from 1993. So sometimes people buy the old diaries, and the reason being is because they might have had children born in that year or grandchildren or something, and so they get it for memorabilia's sake or to look up, like, I don't know, just diaries from those. Maybe they just collect May Gibbs, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why you'd want a diary from 1993, but I guess it's maybe got some kind of sentimental value or something. This one is sold for $22. JJ2. The Complete Book of Modern Classics, another cookbook. What do we sold this one for? $20.99. This used to be another one of those books I could get a higher price for. Now it sits around that $20, but yeah, $20.99, done. FF4. There it is. Okay, this is a bundle I created. One is called the Clever Guts Diet. The other one is the 8-week blood sugar diet, both by the same author, Dr. Michael Mosley. 2 kind of low-end books, same author, both on the diet topic. I've sold a lot of these, $24.99. Okay, we've got U3, 2 Asian Kitchens. Not it. Okay, fancy this, another cookbook. 2 Asian Kitchens by Adam Law. He was one of the Australian master chefs, and yeah, his cookbooks, there's another one of his cookbooks used to sell for really good money. This one obviously not so much, but $22 out the door. So this isn't actually a book, this is a collector's album with some cards in it. So these are Disney cards, I'll just see if you can see them here. Just thin little cards. Now this comes from our local supermarket, which we call Woolworths in America. Maybe you'd call it Walmart. In the UK, kind of like a bigger version of Aldi. So basically, you know, you go in there, you spend $20 and they give you a card, and the idea is to collect them all up. So this is quite a promotion that was held quite a long time ago, but I do find these collector albums with the cards, they do bring around that $25 to $30 market fairly easily. And I got this in a filler bag, so you can see that it's really thin, so it wouldn't have taken up much space in that filler bag, so it really would have cost me a very minimal amount. I'll just check the price, my phone's gone off, $25.99 that I've sold that for. I might need a ladder for this one. Oh, look at this. You're not going to believe it. I sold this book the other day and I've put it on the wrong shelf. I could not find it. And I had to order it from one of my book selling friends, Tony. Shout out to you, Tony. And I had to order it from Tony to get to my customer because I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was thinking I must have double listed it. I've just put it on the wrong shelf. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Tony came to the rescue and saved my day and sent it to my buyer for me. So that's why it helps to have reseller friends. I went looking for who had that book listed on eBay. I saw Tony's store was the first one that came up, and I bought it from her so she could help me out. And that doesn't happen very often that I need to do that. It's very frustrating when it does, but I'll obviously do whatever I can to give the buyers like the best experience and make sure I get that book. I don't just want to cancel an order because I can't find it. And I was frustrated because in my head I was like, either I've got that book and I just can't find it, or I've accidentally double listed the same one because there'd been another one that had recently sold. That's frustrating. Anyway, I've got another book to list now. What have we got up here? Country Style Grazing. Here it is. Now this is the book that we're actually looking for. What do we got? Not a Bad Sale. Country Style Grazing book. Now this is about grazing boards. You know, maybe that's an Australian thing. I don't know, but you know where you make, it's like a platter, you know, dips and cheeses and spreads, and you go to a party and they call it a big grazing board, so you just graze from it and each. But using the word graze, I'm thinking that might be an Australian term. Anyway, it's like a platter. So this is how to make fancy platters. Lovely book, almost a coffee table book style, this one. This one is sold for $39.90. You won. Okay, Agatha Christie. This one is part of her crime collection. There's a whole lot of these books. They look very much the same. I don't know, maybe there's like 20 of them or so. I've sold this one for $19.99. They're not big sellers, and you can sell them as a lot if you would like. I tend to sell them individually because I find them very often, and then it's very easy for me to just do a sell similar and sell the same book. Makes the listing very quick. $19.99, not a massive sale, but still one that I sell easily on repeat. So, same shelf here. We've got U3. Okay, I took an offer on this one. This one had been listed since September 23. 9 months it was listed for $20. I took the offer for $15. Wanted to get that moving. The Essential Wok Cookbook. So you can see I sell quite a lot of cookbooks, but not all of them are high-end cookbooks. This is the thing with cookbooks. A lot of them are only low profits that you will make. But I do get a lot of them because I do have a cookbook supplier that helps me, well, not helps me, but, you know, sells me very cheap bulk lots of cookbooks. So that is the reason why I often have a lot of cookbooks. A lot of these books I wouldn't actually source otherwise. They're too low end for me. I don't really want them. But yeah, that is the reason I always have a lot of cookbooks, because it's just, sometimes it's just about what you can get, who you can get it from, and it is what it is. Okay, GG4. Pretty sure I was at this shelf before, and you're probably like, why doesn't she get the same books from the same shelf? I pick them in order because then it prints my labels in order. So if I pick by the shelf and I've got a lot of orders, it just ends up a real pain when I'm doing my shipping process. I actually prefer to go back and forth to the same shelf sometimes, because it speeds up my actual like the packing and the shipping process. So either way, I either change it and I do it by SKU, and then I make the picking process a little bit quicker, but then I have to spend extra time resorting them to be in the same order that they're going to post by Australia Post. So that is why. Sustainability, where's my phone so I can see how much this one is? Okay, Sustainable Living for Dummies. This one has been listed since January and sold for $24. J1, it's a good sale. Okay, this is a bundle I've created of 6 James Patterson books. By the look of it, they're all just standard thrillers, standalone thrillers. Not part of any of his series, because he does have a lot of books that are part of specific series. These are all just standalone crime thriller books. The 6 of them have sold for $51.99. Okay, we're back down here, guys. We're back down here. Okay. PP4, I'm going to presume that you can see me there. PP4 Gregory's Commodore Lexan. This is just a car manual for the old Commodore Lexan 1991 to 1992. Now the old car manuals, they sell really well. They can even sell if they're you often find them, they're very dirty and beat up because they've been used by mechanics and they might have grease and everything over them. This one's in pretty good condition. That one is sold for $24.99. H1. This is another good bundle, but I did take an offer on this. I was having a bit of a slow day. Okay, this one has been listed since February, coming up that 4-month mark. I did list it for $75, I think it was, and I've taken an offer for $50. I'm still very happy with that. Picked up these books for only, I think, $1 each, maybe $2 at the most. There's 5 books here, and the 5 of them have sold for $50, and they are by Raymond Feast. So they're Raymond Feast fantasy hardcover books. It's a juggle here, guys. It's hard to pick and pack. You would not believe how much longer it takes me to pick and pack when I'm filming. Okay, BB1, we have 79. What do we got here? Number 79, it is another bundle of Mills and Boons heading out the door. This lot has been listed since May, so just in the last couple of weeks. And it is sold for $25. I hate when you're looking for like a red book. It's got a white spine. Okay, this one is called The Principles of Construction and Aircraft Gas Turbines. Now I got this in a haul that I picked up. I'm not sure if I got the haul free. I remember where it came from. It was a girl that I knew and she contacted me. Can't remember if the haul was free or if it was like $50 for a whole lot. It wasn't much anyway. And this book has sold for $49.99. It's been listed since February. Oh, it's a spiral. This might be it. Yep. Okay, this one is called the Get About Training 4-Wheel Drive Guide, and this one has been listed since November last year, so good riddance, and it is sold for $20. CC5, number 907. Now this is a pack of little small Western magazines, vintage magazines. There is, I think, 10 of them in this bundle, and they've sold for $40. Okay, this is one of my new shelves, so it hasn't been listed very long at all, maybe a week or two. 227, this is Barbara Cartland. Now, Barbara Cartland is historical romance. Barbara Cartland, I think she's actually related to Princess Diana. Maybe she's like the auntie or something from memory. And Barbara Cartland is very famous romance writer. She's one of the original first romance writers. So she's still very sought after. This bundle sold for $29. G2. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so sold this lot of The Number One Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall. This bundle has sold for $28.99. It's got the slipcase and everything. It's in really good condition, this lot. $28.99. Another one on this shelf here. I can see it. Another new listing. Oh, it's heavy. Let's look at that. So this is a bundle of 3 cookbooks. I've just listed this. I've sold it for $29.99. All 3 cookbooks are on Italian cooking, and they're all by the brand Legos. So Legos in Australia, they make all the jars of pasta sauce and stuff. Very popular brand, and this is a lot of their cookbooks. Anything on this shelf as well means it's a brand new listing. Let me see. This one. Okay, This number 40, this is a bundle of Mills and Boon, 15 books here going out for $36. Oh, this is one of those books that's just hard. The spine doesn't jump out easily, and then you have to go to the photo and you have to look at the spine photo to be able to see what it is. Okay, this one is The Wreckers of Pengarth by Michael Gibson, a small vintage hardcover book, has sold for $19.99. Now, I tell you what, I hope the buyer who bought this one read the description. It's one of those ones. Okay, again, cookbooks here, in a lot here, but these are in Dutch language. Now, I had to use Google, Google Images or whatever to work out that this was Dutch language because I had no clue. And when I bought it, I didn't realise it was in Dutch language. So I was kind of cursing myself when I got it home because I was like, oh my goodness. Like the version of this book that's in the English version, it sells very well and for a lot of money, and I was very familiar with that. But when I got it home and saw it was Dutch, I was like, oh my goodness, now what? I'm barely going to be able to sell this. It's going to be hard to find the right buyer. Anyway, the first thing in my listing title, bold letters, Dutch language, and I've put it in there multiple times in the condition, in the description, in the title. So I'm fingers crossing that the person who has bought this has actually read the listing and not just looked at the pictures. I'm really hoping that they've seen that it's Dutch language. But, you know, when you just get a feeling, this would be one of those items that gets sent back to me as, oh, I didn't realise it was in Dutch language. It's happened to me before when I've listed books in another language. So fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed in another week I'm not making a video saying, remember that Dutch language book? Yep. Okay. V1. Okay. Okay, this is a big heavy book and it's been listed since April this year. It is sold for $25. It is about the circus. Cirque du Soleil, or however you say it, but it's a book about the circus. Vintage Margaret Fulton. Okay, so this has been listed this has been listed since September. It is the Margaret Fulton cookbook, vintage, has sold for $29.99. There's nothing better than the vintage cookbooks. I swear, they've got the best recipes. They're full of all the fat. There's no light diet versions. And that's why all the vintage recipes taste so good, because they use real fat butter and oil and all the recipes from the vintage cookbooks. And I'm positive that that's why the vintage cookbooks do very well and they still sell and bring good money. And I'm sure it's because those recipes taste delicious, because they're full of all the good stuff. Okay. 003, it's a Bible. 003. Here. Okay, where are we at? We are at the Holy Bible, King James Version, and it's called the Open Bible Edition. Very nice looking Bible here, and this one is sold for $32.99. Oh, this is another pretty low-end book. Eventually, all these books that are selling for like $19.99, eventually they won't be in my store, because I try not to list books that are worth $19.99 in my store anymore, unless I know that they're going to have a really fast sell-through rate. I'm trying not to put books that low into my store. So every time I'm selling one, it's like a yeah, gone. Because eventually there'll be no more of them in my store, and all I'll be doing is selling those higher rate books. This one has been listed since April 2024. I don't remember buying this book, so it's probably come to me in a free haul. Anyway, sold for $19.99. lot number 796. This is 12 Rainbow Fairy magic books. They're kids, early readers, I guess, or teen, not really teen, tween. Tween, I'd probably say, you know, around that 7 to 10-year-old mark. This lot has sold on sale $26.69. I don't know if that was on sale, on offer, something anyway. $26.69, and it's been listed since January 2023. So over a year. You know, when a big bundle like this only gets sold for $26.99 and has been listed over a year, that tells me that's not really something that I want to go sourcing for or look to put into my store again. It's taken too long to sell. There's a lot of books in the bundle. Hasn't brought very much profit. Okay. Oh, I just sold something, guys. Ooh, get out. I guess it's good timing to sell something when you're picking because you can be guaranteed your orders going out then and now. Okay, this one's been listed since December. So this is called Easy Luxury by Darren Palmer. Darren Palmer is in Australia, he's a fairly famous Australian TV host. He hosts a lot of the reality TV shows or the TV shows about styling houses. This one is sold $25. So this book is called A Collection of Australian Wildflowers. Very pretty. It's got some nice illustrations in this book. This one is sold for $49.99. It's just been listed this month. GG3. Okay. Now, just before I sold that lot of 5 Raymond Feast books, and what did I took the offer for $50. So this is a lot of 4 Raymond Feast, and it's sold for $47.16. So I think I've got it's a weird amount, $47.16. I'm just trying to think. I've got a 10% coupon running, but that's still, I've actually sent an offer for 11% off earlier to some people. So $47.16, I would say that's come from my 11%, offer where you send them an offer. There you go, $47.16. Now I have to put this heater on because it's freezing when I'm not moving around. I like the heater on. So I've already printed a few labels earlier, but now I have to print some more. And I need my glasses because I'm just getting too old now and I need reading glasses. So the reason why I like to print, even though I've got a few there printed that I did earlier, the reason why I like to pick the orders before I print them is because then when I visually pick them, I can see the size of them. So then when I'm printing my orders, because we print in Australia by size, small, medium and large. And because I've been doing this a long time, visually I can look at the book and I can just know what size mailer, like that goes into a small, obviously. But I'm very good at visually looking at my books and knowing exactly what size mailer they're going into. There is, of course, on occasion where I'm not 100% sure, but by picking my order first, I remember the book visually, and then it's easy for me to do the label. When I'm printing the label, if I look at it and think, I can't remember, is that one they're going to need a small or a medium? It's very quick for me to just come here and quickly grab the book and confirm what size mailer that's going to be before I order it. So it's much easier. If I print the labels before I pick the books, that's where I'll make some mistakes. I might get it wrong a few times. So it's much better for me to pick the books and then do my order, then print my labels, then I pack. Oh, I need a drink. So all the little SKU numbers that I use in the bundles, before I pack them up, I just take them out. Got a bucket there and I throw them in there. And then when I'm photographing, I just grab more from there and I just recycle the numbers. So it's very rare that I end up with 2 numbers the same on a shelf, because I've got numbers from anywhere between like 0 and I don't know, about 1,500, and I just literally make up the numbers and I just keep recycling them. So it's not very often that I have to write new ones. And it's hard to pack when your fingers are cold. Now I know I'm going to get asked this because I get asked it every single time. How do you know which book goes with which label? I use Australia Post My Post to print my labels. On the labels, when you do it in your computer system, there's a section that says reference. You can write whatever you want for the reference. So I just write an abbreviation of the book. So that book that I just packed up was called Brain Food. So on the label, I'd written brain, right? I know that that book goes with the brain. So on the Mills and Boon, for instance, when there's lots of, because I got lots of little bundles of Mills and Boon going out today. So what I do on my label is I'll write Mills 144. And then I know it's the 144 bundle that's going out. For example, on this one here, I'll write swim. It's a swimming book. So this one here, I will have written puffs. So it's just a matter of, this one here, for example, I got the Raymond Feast 4 bundle and I got the Raymond Feast 5 bundle. So because I'm doing my labels after I've picked the orders, visually, mentally, I remember that there was 2 Raymond Feast bundles. One of them had 4 and one of them had 5. So on the label, it'll say 4 Feast or 4 Raymond or something. And then the other one will say 5 Feast or 5 Raymond. And that way I know one's got the 4 books, one's got the 5 books. So it's just because I'm doing the same job. I picked the orders, I did the labels, and now I pack it, right? So I remember it. So whatever the abbreviation is, I will remember it. If I had somebody else packing the orders for me and they didn't know, that's where it would become a little bit more tricky. I'd have to make it, you know, so they definitely 100% knew what the book was. But for me, I can just write an abbreviation. It's very fast and I know it. So this one, Mills 144. It's very easy for me just to grab that there, sitting there in the order that I've picked. So it's going to be right there at the front. 144. It's going straight in, just like that. You'll see when I actually bundle my books, I bundle them so that they will go straight into the packaging thing. I'm very well aware of how I'm bundling it. Like this one here, I'm not going to pack that many on top because it's not going to fit in. It's not just going to slide in there. This will just slide straight into a medium-sized mailer, and I don't have to spend any extra time repackaging things when I'm packing. It's just straight in really quickly. So I'm very conscious when I'm actually doing the photography section and I'm bundling the books to make sure I bundle them so that they'll fit into my mailers. And that's how it speeds up then all my packing process. If you're doing things that it would be pointless for me to pack them up into like these big tall bundles to only get to this stage and then have to cut the plastic, rewrap them all just to be able to get them into the mailers. No, you've got to really think about these things, these small things that will make every step of the process faster and easier. The reason why I put a little bit of tape on that is because it's cold in here. The mailers, the sticky bit, sometimes it doesn't stick as well. It's because of the cold weather. So sometimes I just stick a little bit of tape on it to make sure it doesn't come loose or anything. Now I've just got those books out of order. Of course, swimming books. Now you'll see what I'm doing is I'm just erasing. Some of the stores we buy from, they'll have pencil marks. Some of the book fairs do pencil marks. Sometimes people buy them at book fairs and then they redonate them to the charity shop, and then the charity shop not only has a sticker that you have to remove, but it also has pencil mark. Right, so as I'm peeling, as I'm peeling this label off to put here, I'm already looking at the next label. So I already can see. So as soon as this book goes in here, I already know exactly what the next bundle is that I'm grabbing because I'm visually looking as I'm doing another job. Again, that's another way to speed the process up rather than me putting it here and then having to come back in here and then more steps. And the more you take all these steps, guess what? Slows you down. So you got to be multitasking. You got to be multitasking. Where are we? So I check every single book before I pack it to make sure it doesn't have a pencil mark inside it with a pricing on it. And the reason I do that when I'm packing, not when I'm actually doing the photography, is because when I'm doing the photography, I'm often photographing like hundreds of books, right? And if I had to stop and erase everything, it would slow that process down and take a long time. And you know what? Some of those books might never sell. And that's the fact and the reality. Obviously, it's not the intention. The intention is that every single book that I list will hopefully sell. But at the end of the day, it's much quicker for me to erase half of these books because half of them won't need it. But it's much quicker for me to quickly erase them as I'm packing it than it is to do like hundreds and hundreds of them as I'm photographing. Perhaps some never even selling that will never even need it. That's not the intention, right, guys? It's actually not the intention. Smells nighty. As soon as I pack a bag, it goes straight there at the door, ready to go out. By putting in the bag on the chair, it just means that I'm doing less bending over. No, I don't get any complaints about the way that I pack my books. I've sold thousands, 20,000 books or something. I don't get complaints about the padded mailers. Everything arrives in good order. If I was getting complaints about how I was packing, then I wouldn't be packing this way. I don't get complaints. Right, now when it's a big book and it's in a large satchel and there's quite a lot of room like that, I tape it up. For the simple reason is I just don't want the book slopping around in the mailer. So if it's only like a small book going in a small mailer, it's not so bad. But if it's like a book going in one of these larger mailers, by sticky taping it like this, then the book is not sliding around and the edges aren't getting banged around in transit. So this protects it. This lady who's ordered this particular bundle of meals and boons for me, oh my goodness, I think she has bought in the last 2 months, I'm going to say about 70 bundles of meals and boon, and I'm not even joking. At least 70. Last time I added it up, it was at least 70 bundles, and she's just made another order. So it's just, she's just spent thousands. I don't know, she spent a lot of money with me. Amazing. And you know what? She's one of these people, sometimes she orders 30 kilos in one lot, and she never has messaged me once. I've sent her messages to say thank you. Never once has she sent me a message querying anything, asking any questions, nothing. Just, she's like the ideal buyer. You don't hear anything. She just comes in, spends a lot of money, and quietly goes. I don't even know if she's left feedback on any of them, and yeah, it's amazing. Okay. Barbara. See, I already knew that. I was already reading it. Sometimes I wrap these as a pain to get out. This is not staying very good today. It's not clipping in for me. Step or something. So what I'm going to do now, because I've just finished, is I'm just going to restock the mailers, because I use most of the small ones. So I like to keep them as stocked as I can, because it just makes shipping on the next time easier if they're already there. Put that back up. That is it. That is what a pick and pack session looks like in my warehouse. Normally I'm going faster because I'm not carrying the camera around and showing you what everything's worth. Normally I'd put my AirPods in, I'd listen to some kind of upbeat music, try and I find that upbeat music kind of helps me to move faster and gets me going as quickly. Also, it's cold in here at the moment, so it's pretty good motivation to move as fast as you can when it's cold. But basically at the moment I'm picking and packing Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Occasionally I'm going to do every single day if I'm up here and that, but I'm trying to spread my focus around at the moment, so trying to keep the picking and packing to Monday and Wednesday and Friday currently seems to be working well for me at the moment. I'm getting a little bit more balance back into my life. But that's it. Now the packs, they're already here, parceled up, waiting near the front door. So I'm just ready to go off to the post office now and drop them off. So yeah, it's a good weekend. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you like the pick and pack, because you guys are the ones that are constantly asking for pick and pack videos. So if you're one of these people that likes pick and pack, drop it down below. Tell me that you like them, so I'll continue to make them for you. And tell me what you like about pick and packs. Do you like watching the process, or do you like just hearing what they've all sold for or seeing what they sold for. I'm always fascinated in what people, when people are requesting the same type of video over and over, I'm always interested to know what parts of that video do you really like to watch. So drop it down below, let me know. Thanks guys for watching. Got heaps of vlogs coming this month, especially this month. I'm really trying to get my video mojo back. I'm gonna be dropping lots of videos for you every couple of days this month. So make sure you come back, stay tuned, follow along for all my adventures. Thanks guys, bye.